Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on Flutter. So in the last video we looked at how to install Flutter on a Mac operating system, and today we'll just carry on and I will show you how to create a simple login page, and also I will show you what are widgets. Okay, so widgets are actually UI element. Okay, normally when you build whether it is a website or an app, you'll have UI element like text box, buttons, list view or grid view or a label. So all these are UI elements, and if in Flutter you can actually group those UI elements into one element, which we call as a widget. And obviously those UI elements, they will have data, or state attached to it. Uh, so these are widgets. Okay, so they are just UI elements with their state or data which are attached to it. Okay, so this is the default program. So when you first install Flutter. Okay, so this is the page here. So you got the app bar here. You got a floating point button, and you've got the text element, and you've got another one over here. Okay, so if I'm clicking on this button, so you can see this number is changing. Okay, so this is the first entry point of your app. So whenever your app starts, so this is what's going to be running, the main method, and it's going to run this class over here, which is the my app class. Okay, so this is a stateless widget. Okay, so it will build the UI, okay, which is the material app. Okay, so this is title, the theme. Okay, and it's gonna actually start the my home page class. Okay, and this one is actually stateful widget. Okay, and it's got a state attached to it. Okay, so the difference between the two is that between the two, stateless widget and stateful widget. Okay, so these are the two types of widget that you have. So you can think of it as, stateless is static. So it just, UI elements which you just want to build and display on your, screen, and you don't have anything else to do with it later on. But with the stateful widget, it's like a dynamic UI element, which later, maybe you want to do some changes to it, or the data will change. So the UI element is actually connected to some data. This is what we call as state. So if ever there's changes in the data, you want that to be reflected on your UI element. So this is when you'll use this stateful widget. Okay, so for this video I'm going to show you how to create a simple login page, so which will have a a username text field, a password text field, and a simple login button. Okay, so I'm going to create a folder. Okay, so I'm gonna name it as login page. Okay, and as a good practice, I think it's good to use lowercase. Okay, so this is my folder here, and I'm gonna create a new file, and I'm gonna call that login page. Okay, dot. Obviously, Flutter uses the dot language. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna import the Flutter package. Okay, Flutter material dot, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna create a class. I'm gonna call that the login page, and I'm gonna extend the stateful widget. Okay, I'm gonna use the stateful widget, which is here. So first thing, I'm gonna create a constructor for this class. Okay, and the next thing, because stateful widget, so what I'm gonna do, so I will have to create another class that will be responsible for managing the state of that page. So I'm gonna call that, I'm gonna use underscore here, and login page state. Okay, so that will extend state, and I'm gonna managing this page, state of that page, so I'm gonna put this page over there. Okay, so and in over here I'm gonna return state, so create state, this is an override, okay, and state capital here. Okay, so that should be the okay, that's it. So yeah, and the next thing here, I'm gonna return the build method. Okay, so the build method is responsible for displaying, or yeah, rendering, displaying the UI. So it's built, here it is. Okay, so I don't need to write the text. So the build method is actually responsible for building the UI. So I'm returning a material app widget. Okay, so my material app will have an app bar or scaffold. So material app here, so that will have scaffold. So actually it's not material app, scaffold. Material app is already, yeah, here it is. So a bar, and my title is gonna be login page. Here it is, and sign. Okay, so probably text elements, and that would be yeps. Okay, so and my body is gonna be okay. So it's gonna be center, and I'm gonna have a column, and I'm gonna have, so I'm gonna have 3 rows. Chart, have a row. So actually I'm gonna have a container, and I'm gonna have 3 rows. So row, or column, try again, column, it's gonna be children. Okay, so this is gonna be center my screen, and this is a container, just like a div element in HTML. So I'm gonna have a column, and I'm gonna have 3 rows inside my column. Okay, so first one is going to have a text field, and that's going to be for the username. So it's going to be decoration and input decoration, and it's going to have the text. label text, and that's gonna be username. Okay, so that's the first one. And the second one, I'm gonna have another text field. So again, decoration, label text, and it's gonna be password. Sorry. And I'm gonna have finally a button. So erased button and child, and I'm gonna have a text. It's gonna be login. Okay. So yes, so this is my UI. So I'm gonna have two text field and one raised button. Let's save that, and in my main page, so what I'm gonna do. So instead of returning my home page, which is this one here, so I'm gonna return. I'm gonna change that to the login page. And obviously it's gonna auto import it over here. Okay, so if I say this, obviously, okay, so you can see here my UI has automatically been synchronized. Okay, it has been, the changes has been affected. So this is, let's call it admin, and I can click on this button. Obviously, I've not written anything for the any handler for this button. Okay, so this is it. The UI page. Let's see if we can do some changes to it. Okay, so there's something here which is text field, which is as the absolute choose call. So can make some changes to it. So let me try to center. Now we should have center. So I'm gonna put that main. So it becomes main axis. Sorry. Center. Okay, yeah. Now it's in the center. And I'm gonna add some margin to here. So margin and edge all inset. So I'm gonna put that to 10. Okay, yes, that's a bit better. Okay. So this is my login page, and you can see the app bar which is over here. Okay, so this is it for this video. So in the next video, we'll see how we can add some functionality to our application, or even make the UI a bit better. But it's quite easy, to create pages with Flutter. Okay, so we've created the stateful widget, the login page, and then we've created the UI. So the UI element will be written in the build method over here. Okay, so what I can do, so actually I can change this and write all of this in a method. Okay, So let me try to do it over here. So widget, sorry. So widget, call it as create body, and that will return a new. And I'm gonna copy this thing here, all of it up to here, over here. Let's go over here. So this method create body and scaffold. So I'm gonna create body over here. Okay, so yes. So instead of writing the code in here, I can just put it in a method. So this is a method here. I can just return the widget in here. So we'll return this thing. I can use this method in other places as well. So yeah, so this is it for this video. So I will see if in the next video I can add some functionality to our login page, maybe some routing and going to another page. So see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.